with my blog. If not, screw you. No, I'm kidding. But I do have a blog. It's that'skeandra.com. And on there, I do a segment called Ask Keandra. And basically, people send me advice and stories and questions, and I answer it for them. So I thought, hey, let me bring it to Snapchat. And so, yeah, here we are. And I guess we'll get started with the first question. Also, real quick, I know I have a lot of male supporters, but like I haven't found a way to really reach them through my YouTube or my blog. So I wanted to do the first Ask Keandra Snapchat video catered to them, and basically just questions about women that they've all wanted to know because men can't read minds. They're pretty clueless. So I thought that I would put them on game. And yeah, so guys, this is for you. Okay, so I'm going to be looking at my iPad so I can do this at the same time. So one of the first questions I got asked, I'm not going to say their name because I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but okay. Okay, so typical question, why do good girls like bad guys? I'm so tired of answering this question. Okay, so I'm assuming the guy that asked me this question thinks he's a good guy or whatever. But it's nothing against, and it's not that we don't like good guys. It's basically, I feel like we as people, we want what we can't have. Like we always want what we can't have. So yeah, I'm talking to a guy now, and he's inconsistent. He's this and he's that, but because he's not giving me the attention I want, for some reason that's making me want it more. I think that's just with everybody. Like that can sound stupid to y'all, but it's the same reason why the guy who asked me this question, is a good guy. He's chasing some girl who obviously likes someone else. Like we want what we can't have. That's really just what it is. And at the same time, just because you think you're a good guy doesn't mean you're the good guy for her. Like I know me personally, I like assholes. And knowing how I am and knowing that I like my guy to act a certain way, it doesn't mean I like disrespectful guys. When I say asshole, I mean a guy that's going to put his foot down with me, who's not a pushover, who is, an asshole to other girls, but sweet to me. And that's just the type of guys that I personally like. But that doesn't deem them a bad guy. And I think that's what it is. Like, just because to you, he seems like an asshole and he's not this and he's not that, and you think because you have your job and you have a car and you're all of this stuff that deems you a good guy. Like, no, you're supposed to have that stuff. That stuff doesn't deem you a good guy. And I think that's where the issue gets lost, because people think because they have their stuff together that they're deemed a good person, when in really, like, you're just an adult. Like, that's all that is. So you have to get over the whole I'm a good guy, oh woe is me, because that's just not the issue all the time. Like, sometimes they just don't want you. That's just what it is. Okay, so another question I got was, why is the dating scene so hard now for this generation? And then he had put that he notices that like his friends or like I guess loved ones, how they're all in like successful relationships, but it's just really really hard to date now. Okay, so personally, I just feel like this generation is very, very weird. I feel like we're at this moment where we don't know how to be patient, because we are in the technology era where we want everything right here, right now, right this second, because that's just how it is. Like nowadays, if I want, food, I can literally you know, I can literally type it in an app and have someone come deliver it right here, right now. If I want to talk to someone, whereas back in the day they had to write letters and wait months to hear something back, I can get a text back in like 0.3 seconds, depending on who you're dealing with. But, and I think that's kind of what plays a factor. Our generation we are very impatient, and we think, oh, well, we need to have this by 26, and we need to be married and have a kid and all this stuff before we're 30. And ideally, that's how I think. I'm not going to lie, but that's just not being realistic, and nor is it being. When it comes to dating, I know me personally, I it's hard for me because I look for the future. Like, I don't know how to just talk to someone and get to know someone without planning a future with them. I just feel like I don't like my time to be wasted. So if I'm talking to you now, I'm like, okay, can I see us together 2 years from now? If not, I probably won't take you seriously. If so, then I may, ask you about your goals, ask you where you see us in the next couple of months, and then gradually ask you, where do I see us in a year or so. And a lot of guys, because they mature later than women, they're not ready for those type of conversations. And that's just basically the problems I've been running into. So yeah, it's hard to have a relationship nowadays because a lot of people just aren't ready. They aren't mature. They aren't where they want to be in life because they're all trying to meet a deadline, and everyone has a different deadline. So it all comes down to you basically have to figure out like the person that you're talking to or you're dating. You have to let them know up front, like, hey, I want a relationship out of this. I think you're cool, whatever. At some point, we get too old of just going with the flow. Like, I'll be 25 next year. Why? I feel like at that point, like, I'm really like just shutting stuff down. Like, if you're not trying to help me in my career and you're just trying to waste my time and go with the flow, like, why are we still going with the flow? And we're about 25 plus. Like, that makes no sense to me personally. But to someone who's like early 30s, like, that might just be their thing. And that's fine. But you have to find someone that's okay with that. The problem is we be out here wasting people's time, knowing that they want a relationship, knowing that they want this by 30, and knowing that they're on their stuff, they're trying to build a business, they're trying to be an entrepreneur, and we're sitting here wasting their time getting to know them. And then when they dip or they freak out on us, we're saying they're tripping, when it's like, no, you're toying with. Like, we always like playing with people's emotions. And I can really rant on this all day because I've had my share of guys who simply don't know what they want, or they want me but they're not willing to step up to the plate to do what's right to be with me. But at the end of the day, I can blame no one but myself because I'm sitting there entertaining it. So if I'm still entertaining someone who I know doesn't want a relationship, I know they don't, want to be with me like that, but I'm still answering their texts and letting them come over and chill or whatever. That's on me. That's not their fault anymore. Why would you pass up on free milk? Like, no one's gonna do that because that's just dumb. So you just have to figure out the person you're dealing with and just make sure y'all want the same things. It's simple. Okay, so someone asked, what does it mean when you say that they are a good guy, but they're not a good guy for you? Okay, so the whole good guy thing is really annoying. Like, most good guys really aren't good guys. They're just guys that feel like, and they feel entitled to, oh, well, I held the door open for you, so you have to say thank you, or you have to, like, no, a lot of stuff that y'all expect is just like common courtesy. Yeah, but it's not, like, we don't have to do it. And I think that's the problem with these good guys, because they feel entitled and obligated to get what they want because they're just being decent human beings. And it's like, no, that's the stuff you're supposed to do. When y'all get over this whole title of good guys and good girls and all those other things, then you will realize that sometimes people just don't want you, and you're just not their preference. It's nothing about your character or anything. You're just a no. You're just a no. Good guy or not, you are a no. So if you're coming to me, you're like, hey, Keandra, I got my own car, my own job, my own business, I got my own house, all this other stuff, I'm going to say, good for you. Good for you. And you know why? Because I'm proud of you. Is this what you wanted? You wanted a pat on your back? Because that's really just it. Like, okay, that's fine. But if I'm not attracted to you, if we have nothing in common, baby, you can have $1 million. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to scam you out of your money and still not date you. No, I'm kidding. I won't do that. But, that's just, it's more to it than just having the basic essentials of an adult. Like, come on, guys. You have to have some type of humor, you gotta like Bad Boys 2. If Bad Boys 2 not your favorite movie, like, bro, you're not the one for me. I don't care how much money you have. You can pay a bill, but you'll be. Oh, this is such a good one. I was waiting on this one. So this person asked, why do women fall for men quick? Because they are consistent. Just because they're consistent doesn't mean that they talk. Oh God, I was waiting on this. Okay, guys, if you ask any girl something that they want in a guy, they're going to say consistency. That is so rare. And I feel like you niggas know that. Y'all know that we like consistency. So, of course, we're going to fall for that. You're doing what 70% of other guys aren't doing. If you're checking on me every day, calling me every day, talking to me every day, it comes off as that you care. Like, why would you waste someone's time and talk to them every day if you don't want to, and especially if they driving down to see you, y'all hanging out, y'all chilling, y'all smashing, but y'all don't talk though? Well, that's what y'all are doing. Y'all are talking. Literally talking. And for that girl to get mad, that's your fault. And I'm going to tell you why. At what point have you made it known to her that, hey, we not talking? Yeah, I call you every day. Yeah, I FaceTime you every day. Yeah, I text you every day. Yeah, we smashing. Yeah, you bought me a combo at Cane's. And yeah, I be calling you bae, all in messages and stuff. But we not talking though. So at what is talking then if that's not talking? Like, you have to understand how that can get misconstrued, because if we not talking, then what we doing? Like, that makes no sense. And the problem is, y'all want this boyfriend, girlfriend treatment. Really and truly, if you doing all that with me, you bae. That's just me. You're bae. But you want all these bae privileges, and now we not even talking? What is it up with you guys and titles? Like, I don't get it. Titles scare the shit out of y'all. And I do not understand. Y'all should just be by yourselves if y'all can't even talk to people. Really and truly, talking ain't even a title. People be excited to get to that next stage, and it's just like, that's what that is. Like, dating and talking should be interchangeable. That should be the same shit. So a lot of y'all not even going on dates, me included. I've been there. I haven't been there recently, but I've been there before, and we not going on dates. Really? But we not talking either. So you just texting me every day. Oh, you and so talk. No, we text. You know how stupid that sound? I seen you leave so and so house early in the morning yesterday. Oh yeah, we was just smashing. Oh, y'all talk. No, we text. Like, that don't even sound right. Y'all too damn old to still be texting people. If y'all don't go take somebody out on a date, if y'all can't afford dates, y'all need to have some big cuddy buddies or some shit. Like, just say that. But don't be letting this girl catch feelings, calling her bae and stuff. And you don't want nothing more than that. Just say you want to fuck. Why, when we ask you all what's wrong, y'all say nothing, and then and then y'all blow up later? This is fun. So, I'm the queen of this shit. Like, I do that all the time. I'm gonna tell you why. I feel like men are maybe y'all are taught not to be emotional, I guess. So y'all like emotionless. So sometimes as women, when we express ourselves to y'all, or even just tell you something we don't like, y'all say we tripping. And it's not that we're tripping. That's just how we feel. Like, we're emotional creatures. We express ourselves. So I know for me personally, and especially if it's something that I know that you're not going to care about, it's something that may seem so small, I'll be like, they'll be like, oh, Keandra, what's wrong? Like, for instance, if we're texting and I hit you with that K, like just K, that means either I'm pissed about something or I don't no longer care about the issue. Like, it's just one of those two. And and so I do that because I don't want to be that girl that's tripping over every little thing. And especially, with black women, that's like a thing. Like, we don't want to be seen as that being that angry black woman. So we always like try to keep stuff in. And I know at least that's how it is for me. So eventually all those little things, they add up and they pile up. And then, especially if you keep doing the shit that made us mad, it just comes out later. And honestly, it feels great. Like, I'd rather lash out and get it all out at that time than keep having little bitty arguments about it every time or whatever. But as long as it gets out, like, that's healthy. That's how I feel. It's not healthy to keep it in, but once I get it out, like, I feel great. Like, it's awesome. But, we gotta stop doing that. Guys cannot read our minds, guys, and I'm gonna work on it. But I ain't got no man, so I got time.